My name is Kingston Lozano, and today I'll give you a little brief update and current status for your 2025 NBA playoff bracket, and then talk about some of the upcoming superstars, old superstars, and current superstars, and some of them teamed up together and not. So right here we'll be talking about our 2010 era as we are pushing the 2035s. We are currently in 2025. The 2010 superstars are aging. Some are aging like fine wine, you could say. Some are regressing, but they're all trying to solidify their careers by adding one more final push to a championship. And some of those key players include LeBron James, Steph Curry, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, Mike McConley, Al Horford, and there are also some key players who didn't make the playoffs with some bad teams or injuries caused them, and some of those players include Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Klay Thompson, and Kyrie Irving, who tore his ACL, unfortunately. And it won't be just as easy because it's not just the old era competing for a championship here as we have the current era, some trying to put their spot and solidify their careers also. Some of those players include Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, Tyler Hero, Chet Holmgren, and also you have Julius Randle, Karl Anthony Towns, but also we have one more too. It's just not just those two eras. We also have the new era, and some of that may include the front runner for MVP. You also have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and you also have some rising stars as in Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun, Cade Cunningham, Asir Thompson, his other brother, Amen Thompson. And I will give you your current status of your 2025 bracket here. First, we'll start off in the West, and this year they had 8 teams who finished with 50 wins or close to 50 wins. That's more than the East. The West has always been harder for the past couple years. Actually, for the past decade it has. The more players just go to the West. But we'll start off with the first round when you have the Thunder with the front runner SGA and Chet Holmgren taking on John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. and the Memphis Grizzlies, where the Thunder brought the brooms out and just swept them, moving on to the next round. Then after that, we have the best 2 words in playoff history. Game 7. Who wouldn't love more than to watch a Game 7 between you could say the second front runner for MVP, the Joker, Nikola Jokic, and Jamal Murray taking on the 2010 superstars, James Harden and Kawhi Leonard, who look to solidify their careers. But fortunately, the Nuggets will move on to the next round, winning in 7. And then you have the legend killer, Anthony Edwards, who took out Kevin Durant last year, and this year he's looking to take out the best basketball player on the planet, some say, LeBron James. And surprisingly, the Wolves took him out in 5. Kind of shocking. But then we move on to the best round, the best game, the best matchup right here. Rockets, Warriors. Steph Curry looking to solidify his career, get one more push, and brought in a new superstar, Jimmy Butler, after the trade deadline. So therefore, it brought a Game 7. The best words, the atmosphere, the intensity was all there. But the Warriors took it in 7 and move on to the next round. Now we'll move on to your East. We have the Cavaliers with Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, taking on the young rising star Tyler Hero and his Miami Heat. Unfortunately, the Cavs took it in 4. It was just a sweep. Ain't nothing too shocking there. Then after that, you had the highly anticipated matchup. Could be make or break for the Bucks this year. Last year, the Bucks and Pacers played this year. Last year, the Bucks lost because Giannis was hurt, and you could let it slide. But this year, Tyrese Halliburton put on a show and won in 5. What a shocker. And then we have them emerging, rising superstars, the Detroit Pistons taking on the New York Knicks. The Pistons put up a fight, but unfortunately they're missing some key pieces, so the Knicks will take it in 6. Then after that, we have your Boston Celtics taking on your Orlando Magic. Jason Tatum looking on to take the rising star, Paolo Banchero, and unfortunately the Celtics took it in 4, just a clean sweep. And then for your current and updated second round, we have the Grizzlies, or we have the Thunder and the Nuggets. We are tied 1 game apiece. Then we have the Rockets and Wolves. Back to our second round coverage though, including the highly anticipated MVP frontrunners, Thunder versus the Denver Nuggets. We are tied 1 game apiece though. And then we have the Warriors and the Wolves, tied 1 game apiece also. And then for the other side, we have the Cavaliers taking on the red hot Pacers. And the Pacers are up 2-0, surprisingly, on the number 1 Cavs. And then for Boston and New York, the Knicks are up 2-0 after Boston has surprisingly blown 2 20-point leads. They've got to fix it next game, but who knows? We are still best of 7 right here. There's a lot more coverage to go, and we are going 1 day apiece, and that is your coverage and your current status for your playoff bracket. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap for your current bracket of your 2025 playoffs and the current status with your stars. And that is all I got for you today. And come back at klproductions.com.